Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Well, start with a little bit of StorylineQuest, but it's really little. That was really a little bit anticlimactic or anticlimax. Well, it is what it is, but like, did we really need a day blocker for this? Oh well. Yeah, starting this quest with Marley. I didn't remember that we had to do a quest to gain the race. I thought we just got it from the beginning, but no. And that's also what sets old SSO apart. It really felt more like you had to work for some things. And then when you got to reward, it felt more rewarding. Also because there are more day blockers. So it really feels like, okay, yeah, and it can be a bit annoying. But it's really like, okay, it's taking some more time. And that's realistic, because in real life too, things take time. Well, luckily, not as long. No, that would really not be fun if things in game took as long as in real life. Get GED hotel. Lol. Like in this video, we're also going to build the Gondola lift. Well, something like that. I think in real life. Well, I don't have any insight in building stuff, how long it takes, but I think they would take at least a month. But I'm not sure, or at least 2 weeks. Yeah, if not longer. And if you had to wait that long in the game, that really wouldn't be fun. It would take way too long. Then you'd lose your motivation, or you'd have to be really dedicated. Oh, anything with Thomas Moreland, that is a StorylineQuest trigger. But unfortunately that's taking a while. Although I do enjoy the more regular quests as well. Of course, the StorylineQuests, they are my absolute favorite. Oh yeah, I'm playing the quests a little bit crisscross again. Let me know if you mind that or not. Maybe that some people prefer that I play the quest consecutively. So just finishing one quest before starting another. I myself, I don't have a really strong preference or anything with that. But if some of you guys are like, oh, we prefer that more, just let me know. The pony championship, so cute. Unfortunately not happening in this, but oh well. And yeah, here we are getting introduced to Gunter. Yeah, the first quest with the German tourists. And I remember there is going to come an even more exciting one with that. When we have spied on Campbell and Campbell spies on us. I remember that was so fun. Yeah, release some of the more memorable quests. Yeah, let's look for them. What are you guys even doing in the field? No judgment. I mean, I myself ride through it all the time. Helga and Gretchen. Well, I'm sure Steve will lend us a shovel. He's a nice guy. Chill, laid back. Bloody tourists. No, just kidding, just kidding. The horse doesn't even have the leg in the hole, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's fine. There being an actual black circle makes it seem like there's a hole. That's yeah, alright, that's enough for me. Gretchen is almost hidden there. It could have. Luckily it didn't. So many quests to do. I kinda, for this video and the next, I cast them. South Hoof, the York City and the Harvest County's quest aside, because I was like, I want to focus on getting closer to the next storyline quest, and not just that, also unlocking Golden Hills. I really hope that I will still unlock Golden Hills this autumn. Well, I did make some progress this week, so who knows, maybe soon. I can already say that like at the end of the next video I'm like level 12 already, so it should be close. Now our first quest with Mario, he too mentions the winter again, like what's up with that? Well, now in new SSO there really is a lot of snow. When there is snow, the layer was not nearly as thick in old SSO back then when there was snow. Oh, I hope that comes true in this BSSO. Yeah. And then it lasted like 2 weeks. Now it lasts like 2 months, so that is an improvement. But even just those 2 weeks, I remember when playing old SSO and there was so much snow. Only 2 weeks and then the green got back, and it was such a difference. Like I really had to adjust. I was so used to that white world, and then it was all green again, and my eyes were like, whoa, what's this? This feels so different. Yeah, I love snow in SSO, both the old and new, but it can also be a little bit disorienting with the snow, because it's also white and bright. Yeah, in real life too, like I wouldn't try new trails out. So when I was in Norway, didn't try out any new trails in winter all by myself, because even with Google Maps then you can get lost. Or if I did, then I stayed there where I still remember the path really well, but in winter everything looks the same. It's all these pine trees and also different kind of trees, and then covered in snow. It's like everything just looks the same, so it's really easy to get lost even with Google Maps, because well, you can follow the map, but it's still confusing then, or it can be, because it all looks the same. So in winter I just be or I was more careful with that, not to go too far and only explore that, which seemed easy. Find back. Okay, with this, it's so silly. The last two, I just couldn't find them, so I just went on with the stars. But it's like the last time I played these quests, when Old SSO was still up, that was like 2012, 2013, and I had the exact same problem. These last two, I just couldn't find them. Later I did, and now it was the same. Like, it's more than 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and I struggle with the exact same problem again in the same quest. Like, how? It's funny, really. And then once you find them, it's again the exact same realization. Like, oh, well, that wasn't so hard actually. They're quite close. Why was it so difficult to find these last two? Oh well, managed it. Just took a while. As you can see, it's a bit darker again. And this is so funny. Yeah, I remember that at the beginning of this quest. I was like, oh, we're gonna blow some stuff up, right? And yeah, we do. I think that's quite cool. SSO just adding that, just letting us blow up stuff in this quest. Yeah, you don't want to be in close proximity or vicinity. It's basically the same with these foundations then. Thought it would be a bit boring to show all of the explosions at the same pace, so I just sped it up a little. Bam. I want to be much further away because that sort of concrete, those hard pieces blowing up, you don't want to get hit by that. Oh, this quest too. It was riding so much back and forth, and so many day blockers. Yeah, I thought it was a bit much. I love Old SSO, but sometimes the day blockers are just a little exaggerated. But oh well. Think, yeah, they take time in real life. This one I was like, come on, I just want to finish this quest line. But yeah, there's a whole thing coming around since. It's also creative. And this is also how SSO kept us busy. Not just by day blockers only, but also by a creative quest line around it. That you're like, if you just heard about it, that you're like, what has this to do with one another? Like this witch is coming up with the horse game, the zombie horse pole bending apocalypse game. You'd say, if somebody would say that to you, like, this quest is going to be about building a gondola lift and it's connected to a zombie horses pole bending apocalypse game. Zombie horses pole bending apocalypse game. You'd be like, what does that have to do with each other? What's the link? But then this is it, and it's really creative, honestly. It doesn't even seem related at all, these two things. But Old SSO used to make a way around that, to connect to things that don't seem so likely to be connected. I would say Josh is so generous, like, giving away his old trophy like that. Like what? Or did it not? Video game all day. I used to do that with old SSO. I played all day long. Oh no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. That is a little bit later. Yeah, I just a few moments ago I was recording my voice, but I wasn't recording my voice. So this is the second time I'm doing it because I pressed the wrong button. I actually know I forgot to change the buttons because it was still on recording the system sounds and not just microphone sounds. So I'm doing this a second time. So I was a little ahead with myself. Okay, yeah, Mrs. Mars. I like this horse. And it really fits this upcoming race, the pink and the black, and I think this horse is just so cool. It's basically tin can but in different colors. It's too bad it doesn't stay with her. So I really like it. Oh, and this race, I remember I practiced hours on this one, or hours? Well, at least an hour. I remember this one time. I really badly wanted to get a good high score on this one. I think I wanted to finish it in like under 42 seconds. Something like that. Because I wanted to end high in the high scores. But it was just not that easy. It took some effort. I really like the best ever in high scores. I don't know how those people do that. I don't assume that they all cheat. No, I actually think that some of those times are possible. I don't know about the first one, but there really were some really talented people out there. And I remember there was some races I came sort of close to it, to the last place of the best ever times. Not nearly in the top 10 or something, but yeah, I think it is somehow possible. Some people did those times without cheat. How? I don't know, but it feels as it's somehow really technical, really precise. Alright, back to Marley again. Yeah, like I mentioned, doing it a little bit crisscross, not so consecutively, these quests. But yeah, let me know your preference. That old disco music again. James, does he have a bad luck charm or something? Like, something always happens. Well, it's not always his fault though. Maybe he built up a little bit bad karma with his attitude. I instantly knew where those bars were. I was like, yeah, they are down there. That was your purpose. That's always so cool with SSO, then you find something in the game. Or that's how it was with all this, so. And then later you discover its use. Yeah, there's always with all this, so then sometimes things were placed in the game. Like also some like pink moving strands of light, which you can see in a really old and short video of mine. That I was like, oh, where's this gotta be for? Because at some point you discover that everything that is placed in the game is there with purpose, with a reason. And then when you find out what it is, it's just so fun because you've been speculating a little bit, wondering where it could be for. and then you find out what it's actually for. It's fun. Sure, we don't have any trouble testing the paddock. We love racing. Yeah, this is racing in this game. It feels so different than how it is now in new SSO. And that has of course also to do with how they changed the camera view, the camera angle. It's sometimes just really surprising how a few little changes can make such a difference. Or a lot of differences. Yeah, I love old SSO. Yeah, no, this quest line is then almost done. Finally earned that race. The horse trainer, I could use the horse trainer, but I like gradually getting faster, feeling that progress, because you can, in this game you can really feel it when your horse gets better, when it takes turns faster, when it becomes faster in general. And I prefer, because I have done some shopping, I prefer to just keep my star coins and shillings for clothes, to spend it on that. Oh, we're not just gonna get it right, the concrete, we are gonna have to do something for it again. Yes, of course. Oh, now he wants someone to play with. Well, who could that be? Mrs. Morse. Although you had to think a little bit for it. Of course, she was already involved, but and there was also a thing with the older quests. Sometimes you really had to think and search, put in some effort when there was a bit more of an element of challenge in it. I missed that a little bit in Neo SSO 2. The element of challenge is just not as present anymore. It would be fun. Hello there, gorgeous. Lol. Yeah, of course he doesn't mean us. I hope not, that would be creepy. We're just a young girl and he is in like in, well, his 40s. Oh no, my legs sound really bad. No, all these GED men, they nothing against 40 or 50 year olds. Absolutely not, but all these GED men, they look like they're in their 40s or 50s at least. Love at First video game. I love that title. Yeah, now it is. Yeah. He just gives away his trophy like that. I don't know if I would do that. If I had worked hard on skills and then gained a trophy because of that when entering a competition, I don't know if I'd give it away that easily, honestly. That is really generous. No, I don't think I'd do that. There had to be a really good reason then. I love how Tan made it so pink. That's how they're doing that in this whole story quest around it. with a story around it. SSO is so creative. Everybody adding their little touch to the gift. And that also makes it feel more meaningful. And his soldiers from Dandelions. Josh gives very generously his trophy away. And Tan adds the pink. Holdsworth adds the Dandelions. And this darker dude, he made it a little bit more blackish. Right, yeah. And then this guy himself, what was his name again? Well, the crew leader. He adds an excavator. I like that. It has something cute, all these little steps. Well, I got lucky that a darker guy wanted to do anything at all. Like, he must have had a good day. So a little bit humanity left, it seems. Oh, Bengt is his name. Oh, okay. Well, that Bengt. Yeah, interesting name. Can't understand it in multiple ways, but alright. His name is Bengt. Bengt. Alright. Gotta stop the joke. Well, I'm not getting any copper trouble then, right? And then the lift is finally finished. Well, one thing, we did the work around it, and then all these materials were like lying on the ground, and then I was like, oh, but I wanted to help with the installing process. But in a way, us not helping with that was also realistic. Not only help with a lot of other things, but building a lift like this, that's better left to professionals than some 16-year-old girl. Well, alright, with building the bridge it didn't seem to be a problem. But those quests came later, right? Maybe we were already 18 then or something. Yeah, finally saves us so much riding. To ride all the way up here without that lift is sus. Oh, I like this saddle, but I want to keep this one on just a little bit longer. But without the lift, it's a fuss to go up here all the time. Foreman Olaf. Completely nuts. Sure. Oh, going to Elizabeth. Another StorylineQuest trigger. Is she gonna give us something? But first going to Olaf. Yeah, that's why he was in Silverglade Village for a little while. For this. Well, the road is not that dangerous. Do you have something for us, please? Keep working on your amazing competition results. SSO knew that we would expect something with any quest with Elizabeth. They answered us before we asked. Cupcakes on the way to the stars. Oh, I love cupcakes. I know they're not healthy, but they're so good. Oh yeah, using a telescope also comes with a thing or two. You need to adjust. Oh yeah, I clicked the pink to do this. The Chipmunks, of course. They too are very memorable for some reason. Persistent rascal law. Yeah. They are identified now. Something inexplicable in the sky. Also such a beautiful, beautiful word. Inexplicable. The Marauders. Wait, that's also a name in Harry Potter, right? Did SSO take inspiration from them, maybe? But I don't. The timeline is sometimes so confusing. Like, when did what happen? Like, was that Harry Potter information released before SSO or after? Sometimes I just have to look it up. It's so much has happened. Time flies by, and then you're like, maybe you guys have that too sometimes, that you're like, oh, when, in which year did this happen again, or that? On our way to Vergrove. Of course, something for the horses too. Can't forget the horses. Getting a package. Quick and easy. And another one. Oh, my FPS was so good here. I had it another day too when I did some racing. I had such good FPS and the game was running so smoothly. I wasn't recording because I was just racing, but I was like, oh, I love this. Back in the day, when I had an older computer, that was rare. I didn't have lag all the time. I'd say my FPS back then was pretty average. I was lucky if I got 20 though, but it was good enough. Oh, Campbell really hates us. Well, you made mistakes with your false serial numbers and whatnot. We're an evil little child. We're ending his whole career. We really are a pain, of course we are. The immature acts of stupid child. Well, those immature acts of us, the stupid child, seem to be strong enough to stop you. Hey, give the Baroness some credit too though, she helped us well. Of course, he wouldn't dare talk about her that way. Oh yeah, it is riding fast. Well, I was so looking forward to that. But then at the end of the quest it was like, oh, I'm a little disappointed. I expected more. It's not like ugly, but it's also not that beautiful. Elizabeth give a storyline quest. Now that will be a while. Yeah. Well, maybe if we had storyline quests like all the time, maybe then it wouldn't be as special anymore. The Hedgehogs in the Golden Hills. Oh no, not in Golden Hills, near Golden Hills. I love that one of the trees just in that area has already changed as well. It has already changed. Poor hedgehogs. I love being here near Golden Hills. I want to unlock it this autumn. Oh, this is so much. We're heading back and forth. Like, did that trailer really come that much later? Near the riding arena? Because I know there was a trailer in the past. But it's just not there yet. When it's spring, okay, that's a little confusing because she says now it's spring, but didn't we arrive in the summer? That would mean that at this point we'd almost have been here a whole year. That doesn't make sense. Well, maybe old SSO didn't pay that much attention to those details. That's interesting. Now in spring and all. Or do we arrive in spring and not in summer? Isn't that mentioned in the beginning, in the intro, that we embarked on a summer camp? Well, I don't know. This part I didn't speed up because I was like, I like being here, seeing this goldish ground, etc. The autumn vibes. I like how the ground smoothly changes from more greenish into goldish here. Those hedgehogs, they are really cute. Yeah. Another color we need to get. The fact that they even for such a regular quest that there were so many daybreakers. But a while. Kept us a little bit healthy, I guess, when it comes to the amount of hours we gained, although it didn't always work. So much to do. But this is how SSO kept us busy. They found so many creative ways to stretch out the quests. And yeah, now I'm like, I want to enjoy playing them, but also move forward with a little bit more pace so that it can be a bit annoying, but it was really good back then. It gave us something more to do before the next update. And it all just felt a little bit more meaningful. And maybe that, you know, that riding back and forth, it's also just when you take the time, it's also relaxing. Just enjoying the environment. Because that is what takes the most time during quests. Not reading the dialogue or doing the quest stuff, but riding back and forth. Because really, this map is big. And now, yeah, maybe it's a good thing that it's different with the trailers. Or that it was different with the trailers back then. Because then it took you more time to complete a quest. And you could enjoy the environment in the meantime. Maybe do some race whilst you were on your way, combining stuff. And now everything is so quick, easy and convenient. And maybe that too takes a little bit of the soul out, like these little things that were maybe a little bit annoying, a little bit lack of trailers. Maybe that actually was a really good thing. What made the game more realistic, a little bit more alive, having to put in a little bit more effort, taking a bit more time. It's maybe a little more depth, because now it all just feels so flat. Green as a jealous dude, lol. And you know, it also kind of had something back then when you had pink trailers, red trailers, blue trailers. Is there also another color? I don't think so, but pink for Silver Glade, red for Golden Hills, blue for Harvest Counties, and in Dino Valley it's like, well, you better move your ass yourself, no trailers around here. And I guess it also kind of had something. I remember though when the update came that you could just use all the trailers connected. I did enjoy that, and I was like, that is so much more convenient. But yeah, maybe all of this convenience in new SSO has killed the game a little bit. With the global store as well and the mailboxes, because actually having to go from store to store, it was half the fun. I remember that I was like, okay, today I have no quest in all this show, but I was like, I want to make a new outfit. Let's make a shop day of it, visiting every different location in SSO to check the shops, buy some nice things that I like, and then see what looks nice together, thus creating a new outfit. So then you just really had like a little shop day in old SSO. Now you just go to the global store and, well, you can basically, you don't even have to go to it, you just click it. And then you can basically access almost everything there is, and it takes barely any effort. The mailbox too, you can just click it, and you know, it's all nice and convenient, but it takes away part of the fun actually. The Baroness so secretive. I mean, that is not. I mean, everyone can come up with that thought that you could make some sort of dye with grapes with that purple color. Any colored fruit. Oh well. Typical Baroness. Doesn't surprise me, it's within her character. But yeah, that shopping, yeah, that was just fun then. Then you just went on a sort of SSO shop log, as they call it, right? Just going by all the stores. And now when the icons were still just grey, it was even a bit more challenging. Took a little bit more effort. That is one thing that is really nice. That now I knew SSO already for a while. That the icons are just showing the actual tag, its color and everything. That is one thing I would add. But maybe, yeah, let's say if old SSO, BSSO could continue to develop, I think I wouldn't add the global store at all. Because it takes away from the realism. And also the mailbox, I wouldn't just make it clickable, I would let it remain so that you would have to physically write to a mailbox. Yeah, then players would just experience that fun again of shopping in SSO. Having to go by every store. Not as easy, not as convenient. But then you just make something fun of it. And more rewarding. Because then when you have visited all those stores and then you've managed to make an outfit, and it makes you feel even better about yourself. Like, after all this effort, I managed to make an outfit. And this was so much fun. Let's do it again next time in a few weeks. Yeah, that's what I do. No global store. But I would wanna add photo mode, being able to pet your horse, being able to change the daylight again. That would be great. I know it's not realistic, but that beautiful purple morning light in all this, so I'd love to experience that more often. I don't want to have to get up early for it every time. It makes it more worth it as well, maybe, but I remember that at some point there was some glitch in the photo mode, and I used that once as well, and then you could change the daylight. That was fun. Little preview. I see time, we're almost coming to an end as well. Some more minutes. It's so easy actually. Just talking, like I spent 47 minutes talking now, adding voice to this video, and it felt like just 5 minutes. I just like to talk. Yeah, that's a good thing, repairing the field. You don't want anybody else tripping over a hole or getting stuck in it. Yay, level up! Maybe there's something wrong with the file for the level up sound. Maybe it's incomplete or something. But sometimes it did play fully, entirely. So I don't know why it sometimes doesn't. Oh well. Shit. Oh come on. I'm not like that. I have sister too, but I'm not like, you have to show me respect because I'm big sister. Oh, here was a conditions fulfilled text, but I didn't expect that to come up. I thought I'd have to click the hedgehog, so I didn't press record yet, and then the conditions fulfilled text appeared. I was like, oh, didn't record that, but well, I can explain it like I'm doing now. So that now officially open. Nice. With a magnifying glass. Oh come on, Carney. Carney, Barley and Marley. Always trying to differentiate. But it's kind of easy though. Carney at Silver Lady Question Center. Marley at Marley's Farm. And Barney at the silo. Yeah. No, like my sister and I, we have had our fights in the past. It's fine now. Well, teenagers. But I was never like, I'm the oldest. I'm the big sister, so you have to respect me. No, I think that's silly. Of course, treating each other respectfully is important. But I don't need special big sister treatment. I'm not better just because I'm a year older or something. No. Of course we help. We always do. Okay, SMS, so they are as modern as, I think, phones with the SMS function on it. Yeah, and to do, we have to quench some repetition. The most annoying one is with the Fisher Quest. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm gonna have to do it again, but no, not looking forward to that. Oh, I didn't. I knew this video was ending, but then I forgot the time again. Well, that is then just it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Bye.